All right, guys, welcome back. We are on the Ctrl-alt-reset podcast with David Baxter and his wife Shannon here at Beanchain Coffee.
Hey, I'm David.
I'm Shannon.
And we are doing our second session for the Wheel of Consciousness. And David is gracious enough to give me a little bit of a 5-minute opinion about one of these topics. So
Heck yeah.
David, why don't you give it a spin?
Here we go. What are we on?
You have topic of choice.
Oh, all right. Let's do...
You want to do artificial intelligence?
Let's do artificial intelligence, because
Let's do
we kind of
artificial
missed talking about
intelligence.
that in the other talk.
Yeah,
But, artificial intelligence is something that is here. It's here to stay.
Good,
it's
bad?
It's clearly hugely impacting our society. It's like giving us a lot of new ways to interact with almost everything that we do. I think it could be good or bad, really. It's all depending on how we choose to use it at this point.
All right.
And I've definitely seen both. I've seen it used in ways that are abusive and take advantage of people. You know, creating like fake videos to misrepresent topics, or used for
I've seen those.
marketing and kind of more manipulative approaches. I've seen it used for good too. I've seen it used to help people get started on things and move forward with some great ideas and get unstuck. I've seen it used to make things more productive, like helping with meeting notes and stuff like that.
Now for AI, where we're at right now is kind of like generative AI. So like when you're talking about like the summarization and the idea creation, a lot of that created out of what is an intelligence. And so do you know kind of a little bit of this path of how artificial intelligence was created?
I don't know the specific details.
It was created basically out of a mechanism of finding patterns. You know, the Turing Test was really what Turing, who was a code, decipherer in one of the world wars.
I think it was World War II.
World War II. And they cracked the codes that the opposition was using. And all of that was done through pattern recognition. Now, when you have an AI look at, or someone is this an artificial intelligence? They sometimes say, well, does it pass the Turing test? And realistically, the Turing test is if you can have someone in a box and you pass them a message, if the message that they return is indecipherable from something that could be human, well, then it has passed that Turing test.
Yeah.
It's a pretty small entry into what does it mean to be intelligent, or to
Benedict Cumberbatch movie.
That is the Benedict Cumberbatch
it
movie.
is. It totally is. So with that, I mean, humans have gone through this whole evolution of like, okay, well, what is artificial intelligence? What does it mean to be human? Like is consciousness something that's in our brain, or is it something that is outside of us that an artificial thing couldn't necessarily tap into? With your pursuit of your AI good, what is it? AI good, say it.
The AI Good Citizen Agreement
Yes.
that we're making?
Yeah.
So basically, LLMs are like the current iteration
Yes.
of AI at the moment. And there's a lot of different ways to use them, some great, some not. What we're trying to do is be a little more conscious about the way we do. And we know that for better or worse, when new technologies arise, they're here to stay. So you can't just tell it to stop. You can't tell other people to stop using it too. And if you just are abstinent, then you just bow out of having an understanding of that thing and having a say on what happens with it. So from our perspective, the best path forward is to decide how we would like these things to be used, what good paths forward look like for it, and try to hold ourselves to those, and try to convince other people to move down some better paths, develop good culture and good kind of voluntary restrictions around the ways that we use these technologies to make sure that they aren't misused. I mean, we have nuclear bombs. We have the power to break the atom. Ideally, we just use that kind of stuff to make power plants and not to blow each other up. We have largely decided to do that on Earth so far. Hopefully we keep doing that and not blowing each other up with those. But likewise with AI or any other technology, there's going to be destructive ways to do it, and there's going to be much more productive ways.
Do you think that AI would ever become sentient enough to take action on its own?
Like a general intelligence?
A general intelligence, or even a super intelligence? And what would that mean for humanity?
Well, I think it probably will. I can't imagine that we'll just stop developing technology, right? So if that's possible, it probably will happen. Here's hoping that by that point, humanity has gotten a little bit more kind and caring with each other. Maybe some of the things that we talked about, like our efforts to end poverty and help people communicate better and be more wise, might help a little bit. Maybe other people's efforts to do the same things might help. But if we can get there and then design these things well, maybe they'll be good.
That belief mirrors, and the reason I say mirror is because I have heard it talked about in that regard, is that whatever our intentions are for AI, for whatever level it reaches, it's just a mirror of the person using it.
And unfortunately, right now, that mirror is of some pretty self-centered CEOs and weapons manufacturers that are at the forefront of all these things, and some tech companies that have proven themselves not to be the most caring for those kind of at the bottom of the economic food chain. So, so here's hoping we get better than we are now before we get to general intelligence. But my great goal is, I love Star Trek, right? I want to see humanity get itself together and truly be a patient, kind, and caring race, and get to the stars. I want to see us go meet aliens and be friends with them too, and include everybody, and care for the plants and animals on our planet. Let them all grow and evolve as they would too. Maybe condense ourselves a little bit so that the rest of the world can breathe without us being overbearing on it. I'd love to see all these things happen. And who knows, maybe if we work real hard at fighting back greed and all the negative parts of like what we've been doing over the last hundreds of thousands of years, then maybe we can let the good ones go forward and guide us.
And I mean, I really appreciate your perspective, and thanks for joining us on the Control-Reset podcast. That's a quick little Wheel of Consciousness snippet on artificial intelligence.
Hey, thanks, guys. This is David and
Shannon.
from the Beanchain.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.